1. You aren't wired this way. You are being hunted by a version of yourself that you refuse to starve. Most people believe that their desires are a part of their identity, but in reality, they are often just a reaction to a world designed to keep you addicted. We live in an era where your attention is the most valuable currency on earth, and lust is the ultimate thief. It promises you intimacy but delivers isolation. It promises you power but leaves you powerless against your own mind. To kill your lust is not to become a monk or to hate your own humanity. It is to reclaim the throne of your own consciousness. If you cannot control the fire within you, it will eventually burn down everything you try to build. Second, the biology of the trap. We have to look at the cold, hard science of what is happening inside your brain. Every time you feed an intrusive urge, you are strengthening a neural pathway that bypasses your logic and hits your reward center. This is the dopamine loop, a cycle that demands more intensity every single time, just to feel the same baseline of normal. You think you are seeking pleasure, but you are actually just trying to escape the discomfort of your own boredom. Lust thrives in the gaps of an empty life. It is a parasite that fills the void left by a lack of purpose, a lack of movement, and a lack of real-world connection. When you give in, you aren't releasing tension. You are reinforcing a habit of surrender. You are teaching your brain that whenever things get difficult or quiet, the solution is to check out and indulge. 3. The cost of the cheap high. Consider the price you pay for 5 seconds of a chemical peak. You trade away your edge, that raw, masculine drive that pushes you to compete, to create, and to perfect. When you satisfy your hunger with a ghost on a screen or a fleeting thought, you lose the hunger to conquer the real world. This is why so many people feel stuck or foggy in their careers and relationships. You have been leaking your life force into a void that can never be filled. Your ancestors survived winters, fought wars, and built civilizations fueled by the very energy you are throwing away on a whim. True confidence doesn't come from external validation. It comes from the internal knowledge that you are in total control of your impulses. A man who cannot say no to himself can never truly say yes to his destiny. 4. The architecture of the war. The war against lust isn't fought on a battlefield. It's fought in the 2 seconds between a thought and an action. You must learn to observe the urge without becoming the urge. When the feeling rises, don't fight it with white-knuckled willpower alone. That is a finite resource that will eventually run out. Instead, look at the urge with clinical curiosity. Ask yourself, what am I actually hungry for right now? Usually, the answer is it's sex. It's a desire for escape, a cure for loneliness, or a distraction from a task you're afraid to start. You kill the lust by addressing the underlying wound that made you seek the distraction in the first place. You must become the architect of your environment. If you leave the door open for the enemy, don't be surprised when he walks in and sits at your table. 7th, the long game. This is not a 30-day challenge. It is a lifetime of vigilance. There will be days when you feel invincible, and there will be nights when you feel weak and alone. In those moments of weakness, remember that your future self is watching you through the eyes of your memory. Do not betray the person you are becoming for the sake of the person you used to be. Every time you say no to a base impulse, you are saving yes to your higher self. You are slowly rebuilding your self-respect, brick by brick, until you become an unshakable fortress. The freedom you seek isn't the freedom to do whatever you want. It is the freedom from being a slave to your own hormones. 8. Conclusion. Save the man. Kill the lust, not because it is evil, but because it is small. You were designed for greatness, for depth, and for a type of joy that doesn't leave a hangover of shame. The world wants you distracted, soft, and easy to manage. By taking control of your focus, you become a threat to the status quo. Stand up, walk away from the screen, and go do something that makes your ancestors proud. The version of you that wins is waiting on the other side of the urges you choose to ignore today. Stop being a spectator in your own life. Kill the impulse. Save the man.